Sloppy weld, sloppy paint, sloppy job. Hey, at least it's underneath the seat. You're not gonna see it. What's up, dudes? Welcome back. Garage is clean, ready to go. We're finally gonna work on the RX7. Sorry about the background noise. I got the TV going on and stuff, but today I'm gonna try to figure out my seat brackets. I got the Sparco piece I'm gonna modify, and we're gonna finish mounting up the intercooler because I got all the wrong piping. Well, that's not right. 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 So that's today's plan. So what I've got to work with here is an old seat bracket from a Honda Civic. I don't even know where it came from. Just found it in my shelf. So I'm gonna chop these tabs off. I measured it. It's almost the right size that I can put some tabs on the end here to mount on the floor of the RX7. Now, you see what the big issue here is that I'm a tall dude and I need to get the seat back as far as I can and as low as I can. So I have to make custom seat bracket. I put the seat so far back that it covers up all the original mounting points. They're impossible to get to. The seat is so wide and the car is so narrow that you can't put the Allen bolts in from the sides. That just doesn't work either. So instead of actually chopping up the floor and dropping it down 2 inches and basically gutting the whole car just to do that and making a huge mess and ruining the car, I'll sacrifice 2 holes if I have to. Chop and grind on that piece as much as I can. I'm gonna start measuring it up, start lining it up. I'm sure it's gonna be in and out of the car, what, 100 million, billion, 1,000 times. So I'm gonna be playing around with that in and out the whole time, trying to measure these things up and make them fit properly. But like I said, first I'm gonna start with that plate back there. So let's get all that lined up and I'm just gonna go for it. So.
You're getting sick all the time. You wonder why your skin is getting infected. It's not like that normally, but
okay, so I grinded off some tabs. It's gonna be hard to see in here, but these are the tabs I grinded off, made them nice and clean. This metal's clean right here. I'm gonna zap that on. I'm gonna tack it really, really quick because then I'm gonna take it out and weld it up properly. And that should give a solid base to the beginning of my seat bracket. Getting somewhere. People keep showing up and kind of interrupting me, but that's okay. I got my seat bracket pretty much all welded up. Fits in the car, spot on. Took a chunk out of my finger. Now I'm making some angle iron pieces to be able to mount the uprights to the seat. So I just gotta keep working, man. Alright, so what I'm doing right here is I'm making some brackets. They're gonna be triangle shaped. I'll show you how it works out in a minute, but that's for the back, where I have to get the back of the seat to sit as low as possible because I'm really tall and I don't have a lot of room in this car. It's basically getting built. It's getting somewhere. It's looking really raw right now, but now I gotta weld it all up and make sure I got proper brackets to give proper strength. But so far, it's the strongest seat bracket I've ever made. So we should be good to go. I'm gonna weld that up. I'm not gonna talk to the camera much. I'm just gonna weld it up. Then I'm gonna cut off the bits that are like sticking out, ugly extras. Then probably weld in some extra little brackets here and there because I might need them, judging by the way it looks right now. And then I'm just gonna spend a lot of time on it. And like, I know you're not supposed to grind your welds and stuff because it hides how shitty your welds are. But I'm just gonna take some time and I'm gonna try to make it pretty decent looking, clean looking, and see how far I can get on it. And then, I mean, hopefully by the end of the night it's painted and dry for tomorrow. We'll test it out. So I'm just gonna get to work on it. Bear with me. Okay, so I've been doing a horrible job at filming this, but I've got the bracket mounted, it's on there, and hey, it might be okay. So what I gotta do now is test fit it. I gotta put it in the car, make sure the bolts all line up in the proper holes. I'm gonna put in 2 maybe, make sure it sits safe. And then, let's see if I fit. I don't know. Okay, I gotta wrestle with it for a while, so instead of looking at my butt crack, I'll just... Okay, day 2, let's try this again. Now, the first part of this video, yesterday, whatever, catastrophic fail. Not so bad, but it still sucks. What happened was I measured everything for the front and back measurements of the seat so that I'm sitting in the proper position, like close enough to the steering wheel or far enough away from the pedals, vice versa, whatever. But I didn't exactly calculate for the width of the seat, and I just assumed that if I put the rack center and in the car and then the rack in the center of the seat, I would have no problems. But I was wrong because of the way I built the brackets. They're way too wide, and the seat is actually too wide to be fitting in this car, so it's going to be like, it's a juggle. It's not fun. So here's the bracket, and it's hard to see, but like it touches on this side, and so my holes are off like at least ½ an inch. But I didn't figure that out until I solid welded everything. So lesson learned: test fit your shit. Don't weld it up solid. Spot weld it, tack it, whatever. Test it. Don't throw it right in, because yesterday I wasted my whole day on that seat bracket thing, and now what I got to do is I got to strip it down again, take the pieces off the side, but then I gotta grind off all these welds that I did, so it's like 4 times longer than it should have been, and plus a day. So I'm gonna grind all that crap off, and then we'll go for plan B. I'll get back at you guys real soon. Dudes, I'm doing a terrible job of filming. I'm so sorry, bros, but I test fitted the seat, it fits now, so I'm just gonna start welding up the brackets properly. Figured out the solution. It sucked, I had to chop everything off and start over, but now I'm just gonna continue and... Booyah! Okay, so progress report. It's done. Completely done, completely welded up. It looks like crap now because I had to chop it up twice. I screwed up initially and I had to cut all the brackets off and move them all over, start all over again, basically. So it looks like super messy now. There's cuts in it, there's other welds on it for... Anyways, so I strengthened it up. I got everything lined up where I need it to be. It fits. Eureka! So now I gotta let it cool down because I gotta throw some black paint on it because I don't want it to rust. Because when that rusts, the bolts get rusty and then it gets all pain in the ass to take it out and it looks like crap, and then, you know, rust is not good. There is 0 rust on this car right now, and I plan to keep it that way. So I'm gonna let that cool, like I said, throw some paint on it. Finally having a good day. I can finally scratch the seat bracket off of this list, but I'm gonna use this list like masking sort of thing, because I'm gonna paint the bracket on top of the dumpster. Ta-da! And then I just want that there to stop it from getting too full of paint. It's not gonna help, but whatever. Let's spray this thing. And that first list is done. It took way longer than I thought, but there's so many things that happened in between, and so many distractions, and working on other cars and getting things ready for summer, and if we even have a summer. But sorry, the camera's shaking. I'm picking up my can right now. Anyway, point is, first list is done. Time to move on to the next thing. Just gonna spray this down with paint. All right, boys. So it's painted, it's mounted, it's done. Finally, gonna get the time. There it is, real quick. So finally, we're gonna do the final test fit thingy, throw it in the car. So here it is. I'm gonna put it in the car, bolt it in, and have a seat. Hopefully it fits. Alright guys, it's mounted, it's in there. Give it a little test seating, but it's solid. Look at that. Ooh, that's not gonna move. This thing is like more solid than it's ever been. So I'll cram myself inside. Good thing I got the quick release because it would be like impossible to get in here. Throw the steering wheel on. 1 second. Let's try. Okay. There we go. That's actually really nice. Oh yeah. So last year I had a little problem. My seat was so janky and it was like a crappy bracket that, well, I felt like I was gonna fall out of the car every time because it kept on moving around, and there's a bump on this road that's on a corner. It's like a really low speed corner, so you kind of accelerate out of it aggressively. And I would feel the seat move and stuff, and that's not cool. It's not safe, first of all. And the idea of a race seat is to keep planted in the car so you feel every vibration and every movement that the car does. You feel that in your ass. So with the seat bracket moving, you kind of lose that aspect, so you're not really in full control of the car anymore. Anyways, it's good. I like it. I'm happy. I'm content. So next I can take it for a ride, but I gotta hook up my battery, I gotta hook up a bunch of other stuff, the computer, gotta put the lugs in the wheels, take the spacer off the back and stuff, so I'm not gonna start it up and go for a ride, but we're that much closer to it. So at least with everything that's been going on, I've had a little bit of extra time to get this car ready, and it's probably a good time to embark on like a bigger project, like maybe tear this apart and do something else to it completely, but I don't want to do that because when the light goes green and we're allowed to get out there, I want to make sure that I'm out there right away, and I want to keep the car simple. I don't want to start doing stuff that's gonna like be a pain in the ass on the track. I want to keep it reliable. It's a rotary. I've already got all the odds stacked against me, so I'm just gonna like keep it low key, make it drivable so I could drive it a lot, get some seat time now that I got a proper seat, and we'll go from there. If it happens that this car is ready to rock and roll and there's no racetrack opening in sight, like it's going to be a while that we're still in this lockdown thing, I might head over to Mom's and pick up a car. You know, we got the Acadia in there, the 240, the Camaro, so who knows what the next project will be, but we still have a little ways to go in this. So I'm just going to enjoy that, do it one step at a time, enjoy every step. And like, I apologize for not having the most creative or most interesting content right now and stuff, and it's tough with what's going on, and I do have an essential job, so I'm always working, and I'm not here as much as you kind of think I would be, and it's still hard to get parts and stuff. So I'm just like, even though this content is not super amazing and super spectacular and fun and everything, I'm doing it to hang out with you guys, because if there's anybody, I know there's a few guys that watch this a lot, and I just want to be there for my homies. So I'm doing these videos just basically keeping company. Like, I can't hang out with you guys. It's kind of illegal to go and hang out with people now. So this is the best we could do. I can at least be sitting in your living room with you or on your phone with you or whatever. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Continue to follow along the journey. We're getting the RX7 ready to roll. We're doing some driver simulation and stuff, getting ready for the summer always. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you know when stuff pops up. Peace.